Hello everyone and welcome to today's video. I'm going to be playing Eldegoss in the bottom side lane today with a Machamp. I always forget the first Evo's name of Machamp. But this is actually my first game with Eldegoss, and it went pretty well. Eldegoss with the Machamp Evo line is actually pretty ridiculous. He can't die. I try to give that to him to get him to Machoke as fast as possible because that's a bigger power spike for him and will allow him to take over. So pretty much all I'm doing is just trying to help my Machamp live and do Machamp things. And I hit level 4, evolve, and I choose the Pollen Puff, which is like a little... If you've ever played League of Legends, it's kind of like a Zillion Bomb, but does way less damage. And you can't stun people. I believe it slows them, though I'm not 100% on that. I do manage to snag that away from the enemy Haunter, and our Haunter shows bot side for a pretty decent gank. All things considered, my Machamp hits Machoke at level 5, so he is now ahead of the enemy team's Machamp, which is really good, and we get a good pick on Mr. Mime right there, and we get a pretty good turn-in, a 16 and a 21 on the bot side, and I believe he gets a 1 point from the kill, and then turns that in as well. So again, I'm just trying to farm my Machamp, or my Machoke, up to Machamp so he could take over the game. I went for Cotton Guard for my defensive ability, which shields everyone in the radius, which you can see there. And when the shield expires or depletes, it heals them, which is pretty nice. So pretty much I'm just spamming it on Machoke all game, non-stop, just buffing him up, making him harder to kill. And I try to put the Pollen Puff on my Machoke because it just when he goes in, it just does more damage, right? You know, it just plays into how Machoke, Machamp, and Machamp want to play. So right now, nothing of interest is really going on. If I am editing over this, I could probably skip this part. So the enemy Haunter comes in to try and stop us from farming, but he overextends a little bit too much, probably doesn't realize just how strong Machoke is at this point, and dies. Me and my Machoke get a really good turn-in. The enemy Machoke was farming in the bush for some reason while we were attacking his Mr. Mime. He probably should have rotated up to just help. The enemy Haunter is staying bot side pretty hard, as well as our Haunter is also staying bot side. I don't know why the enemy Haunter is staying down here when it has been proven that they cannot fight us 1v or 2v3 or 3v2, whatever, because I just make it so if they want to win these fights, they have to go for me. They can't go for Machoke, now a Machamp, because I will just make it so it's impossible for him to die. So here I am, I'm just baiting the Haunter forward because I know he'll take the bait. And voila, my Machamp gets another kill. He has 26 points and I have 10. We try to go for a turn-in, but Mr. Mime is just holding down bot side. I don't know if I said this already, but this is a ranked game. Probably shouldn't be playing a character for the first time in a ranked game, but you know, Elde is pretty simple and very strong because Elde just enables Machamp to go in really hard. So I don't die here because my Machamp actually peels for me and allows me to live. So I ping for us to do... Well, I accidentally ping head to the central area. What I meant to do was ping for backup or assistance so we could do Dreadnought, because Machamp and I have such a strong lead bot side, it enables us to get Dreadnought relatively uncontested. If they had shown up, we could have just turned, especially since now that I have ultimate. Absolutely massive, massive turn in bot side. very, very strong lead. And I ulted there because I was out of position, and I saw two enemies collapsing on me, and I thought it would go badly. Machamp, the enemy Machamp is now rotated topside, turning a couple points, nothing too much. And me and our Machamp rotate topside as well, but to push in the enemy team so our team can get to the next platform. Now this is where Machamp and I bite off a little more than we can chew, and I don't actually know if I die. No, I do not. And my Machamp doesn't either. I go in to help my Gengar, and my shield barely doesn't keep him alive, just barely. The enemy Gengar ults, and again, I'm just purely playing support. The enemy team hardcore dives top as a 4-man team, and our Machamp is bot side farming, which is okay, but because there's nothing bot side to obtain other than, or to turn into other than the enemy's base, it would have been better for him to go bots or topside with us and help us fight them. He's not even gaining points. He's just sitting on the pad, hoping to get some kills. So this is where our Machamp, you can see our Machamp is actually playing for kills instead of winning the game because I boosted his ego a little too hard. I'm going to call it Machamp Syndrome because I guess other characters kind of go hard as well. So I need to ult here, otherwise I die. I wanted to help our Machamp, but it was just too aggressive. I burn ult for nothing, and Zapdos is spawning really soon. Like that. The Zera is looking for me, and I'm in a lot of trouble. I kite back to my Gengar, though, and I believe I live. Just barely. No, I die. Dang. But Machamp, Zera dies and loses ult, although our Gengar uses ult as well. It should be okay. The enemy team gets Zapdos, which is not good because Zapdos is a really big comeback mechanic for the end game, where everything turned in is doubled, and Zapdos makes it so you can insta-turn in. So they do get a score of 41 from the enemy Machamp, which equals to 82, which is not great, but it's still doable considering our huge lead that we had. And Zapdos wears off, which means if they try to turn in, it's going to be more committal. But there's only a minute left, so I'm not too worried at this point, because unless they do a massive push as a team, I don't see them getting any more points. Plus, they're all dead. Well, most of them are dead, other than 2 of them. And Zera tries to make a hard push for the point, or for the pad, to turn in his points, but to no avail. I buffed the Snorlax to keep going forward to try and catch him out, but at this point right here, we should have left. I use my ult to live, and I believe we do, yes, we do snag the kill, but now now we need to leave. And luckily Snorlax sees that, we should disengage, and we do. I stay for this because the game's almost over, and, well, might as well just farm. And I base, honestly, just cause, and the game is over.
5, 4, 3,
that's about it.
2, 1.
So if I remember correctly, we win by just a little bit. But anyways, I thank you all for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, evening, or night. And I will see you all in the next one. Goodbye!